Panasonic Televideo. TV and VTR go better together. Televideo. The Super 4 video head system makes sure the picture quality is something special. Simple setup and irresistibly cute. The easiest way to enjoy karaoke. Beautiful, compact, all-in-one Televideo.
Panasonic.
Panasonic, a major sponsor of the 17th SEA Games.
The future is here, and it's full of options. More choices than you've ever had before. So how do viewers manage all this information without being overwhelmed and confused? It seems like a big question. But the answer's as simple as this small remote. Prevue Interactive, the electronic program guide. It makes sure you get the most out of your new digital cable television service. I'll demonstrate Prevue Interactive for you using this remote control. Let's start where the viewer will start, with the set-top box off. Now, I'll turn it on. The first thing you see is television. We don't force you through any complicated menus. When you turn your box on, you see TV, because that's what you expect. Now, as I begin to change channels, and I'm just pressing the channel up button here, we bring up our flip bar. This little bar, down at the bottom of the screen, tells the viewer what channel they're on, the name of the program they're watching, when it started, and when it's over. It disappears after 5 seconds. The flip bar comes up every time you change channels. Even if a commercial's on, it allows viewers to see what program's on that channel. You can make the flip bar appear or disappear anytime you're watching TV by pressing the OK button. That's flip. Now, if I press my arrow keys rather than the channel up and down key, I bring the bar back up. But now, if you'll notice, it says Browse. Browse mode allows me to see what's on other channels and what's on later without leaving what I'm currently watching. I can continue to watch Heart to Heart here, but if I press the up arrow, I can see what's on other channels. If I see something I like better, I press the OK button and I tune to it. Now, the other thing I can do in Browse is go ahead in time and see what's on later in the day, again, without leaving what I'm currently watching. To do this, I simply press the right arrow, and now I'm going ahead a half hour at a time and seeing what's on later in the day. If I see something I like Thundercats, I don't want to miss that, I press the OK button. This time I can't tune to it because the program doesn't come on until 2 o'clock this afternoon. But what I can do is set a reminder for this program so I'm sure not to miss it. I move the highlight by pressing left and right. I highlight yes, I press OK. Now this check mark indicates that I have a reminder set for Thundercats. And a few minutes before this program starts, no matter what I'm watching, a reminder will come up on the screen. To get out of Browse, or to get out of any of our menus, you simply press the Exit button and you're back to watching TV. Now, if I press the Menu button, this takes us into the Navigator. This is our main menu. The screen is divided into 3 basic sections. Let's start over here with the left-hand column. The Prevue Interactive listing screens offer 6 different ways to find out what's on TV, starting with By Time. I press the OK button, and now I see a menu with all the programs for the current half-hour time slot. These menus work by highlighting a program and pressing OK. Let me pick a program, General Hospital. I highlight it, press OK, and I'm tuned to General Hospital. To get back to the listing's By Time menu, I simply press the Guide button. The other thing I can do in the By Time menu is press the right arrow and go ahead in time to see what's on all my channels later in the day. I can come down, highlight a program, say Joy of Painting, that starts at 2 o'clock. So I press OK, and I'm invited to set a reminder. I'll just say no. All of the Prevue listing screens work the same way. I highlight a program, I press OK, and one of 3 things is going to happen. I'll either tune to the program if it's on, I'll be asked to set a reminder for it if it's not on, or I'll be invited to purchase it if it's a purchasable program. Going back to the Navigator, I come down to By Channel. Now I've got all the times down the left-hand column, the current channel at the top, and I can see what's on various channels throughout the rest of the day. I have the same options I had in the By Time menu. And in all of the Prevue interactive menus, the programs are color-coded. Red for movies, green for sports, and blue for all other programs. I highlight a program, and I can tune to it, set a reminder for it, or purchase it. Next, I've got the 3 most popular genre categories of movies, sports, and children. Let's take a look at each of these very quickly. Notice the little eye icon on the right-hand side of the listings. This means I have additional information available for this program. So I come down here and highlight Something to Talk About, and I press the Info button. I get a quick description of something to talk about, including plotline, actors, and the current rating. I press Info again to get rid of that, and it returns me to my movie listings. We also have sports programs. Here again, I've got information available for these programs. Then, children's programs. When the kids get home from school, they've got their own menu to see what's on. Finishing out this column is the program search feature. Let's say I want to watch the Flintstones. I have no idea what time or what channel they're on. I would press the down arrow here to adjust to the letter F. Then I press the right arrow and my database is quickly updated to the Fs. So I'll enter the next letter, L. Then the letter I. Well, there they are. As soon as I see them, I press OK. I go down into the menu, and I've got the same 3 choices I have in any of my other menus. Now, coming over to the center column, I've got 2 different looks at pay-per-view programs. One organized by start time, one organized by title. Let's go into pay-per-view by title. I'll come down and pick a program. Let's say I want to buy Balance of Power. So I highlight Balance of Power. I press OK. My next step is to select the start time. I highlight Confirm, and that's it. I've just purchased a pay-per-view movie without picking up the phone. And don't worry, Prevue automatically sets reminders for pay-per-view orders. Now, if you don't watch this program, the first thing you'll see the next time you turn on your TV set is a program missed notice. It says you are not charged for this program, and you are asked if you would like to reschedule a viewing. Going back to the Navigator, Special Events is a list of pay-per-view programs, such as boxing and concerts. Next is Premium. If you subscribe to premium services, you can tune to those channels through this menu option. Going back to the Navigator, this is our digital music menu. It has a list of all the available music formats. To listen to a digital music channel, I simply highlight it. Let's select 80s Oldies, and I press OK. After 5 seconds, the screen goes black, so viewers have the illusion their TV set is off while listening to music. Okay, enough of the 80s Oldies. Let's go back to the Navigator. Finally, we'll finish up with the viewer services. Let's start with the Message Center. This is where you get messages. To read a message, I simply highlight it and press OK. Then I have the choice to keep or delete this message. I'll go ahead and keep it. Let's look at favorites. I highlight favorites and press OK. The favorites feature allows viewers to set up a list of their favorite channels. The way to set up favorites is to highlight the channel, then I press the Fave button. The channel turns blue, which indicates it's now a favorite channel. Do this to as many channels as you like. Then while watching TV, simply press the Fave button to access just your favorites. To see all of your channels again, press the Fave button and you see the entire lineup. It's just a toggle back and forth between your favorites and everything. This is parental control. I highlight and press OK. Of course, I have to know the secret 4-digit code to get into the parental control feature. Here's where parents can restrict the viewing of programming. We've got 3 different ways to do that. I can set a lock feature for an entire channel. I highlight it and press OK. The padlock appears, indicating that all programming on MTV is locked out. I can also set locks on ratings. I'll put a lock on everything rated R. Or I can get specific and lock out a title. In this case, I've locked out the title Beavis and Butthead, so no matter what time or what channel this program comes on, it'll be locked out. To show you what a lock looks like, I'll tune to MTV where I've locked out a channel. See, we bring up a restricted screen. As soon as I enter the code, it's freed up. Now, if I flip off a locked channel and then come back, it's still locked. Finally, Prevue Interactive has a number of setup features. The flip and browse bars that I showed you earlier can be put at the top of the screen instead of the bottom. I can turn the flip bar off if I don't want it appearing every time I change channels. The message envelope at the top of the screen I can turn off completely, and I can adjust when I want the reminder notice to appear in 1-minute intervals up to 15 minutes. Parental controls. This is where I set my viewing lockout codes and purchase codes. The purchase code keeps the little ones from buying things without talking to me about it first. As you can see, I also have a number of setup choices for my set-top box, my audio output, and my video screen. Well, now you've seen the main features of Prevue Interactive, the electronic program guide for digital television. We've made it easier than ever for you to access the valuable programming choices TCI brings you each month. For more detailed information, be sure to refer to the Prevue Interactive Reference Guide in your resource kit. And if you can't find the answer, please don't hesitate to call TCI at the number listed on the system information card in your resource kit. Prevue Interactive. The future is here with TCI Digital Cable.
You're watching Sleepcore. Pleasant dreams.
You plugged it in, turned it on, and tuned in the country.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
40 years ago, this box revolutionized your parents' world. You plugged it in, turned it on, and tuned in the world.
Ollie's the only one-toothed dragon in the world who sings opera.
Today, this box is going to revolutionize your world. You plug it in, turn it on, and tune in tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Jane Bow, host of TeleTV's Galaxy, and I'm here in the TeleTV studios to give you an inside look at the future of entertainment from Pacific Bell, a future that's ready today.
TeleTV, simply better television. The channel ID. It always lets you know where you are, what you're watching, when it started, when it ended, and what's up next. Hey, who needs a cable guide? At TeleTV, we let you control your entertainment choices by pushing the buttons on your remote while sitting on your couch eating chips.
We started with this, the TeleGuide. Watching most Prevue channels is like watching a pot boil.
But our guide is interactive. That means you don't watch it, you drive it. Literally travel through time and space. Go up and down the channels. Check out what's on later tonight, tomorrow, hey, even 7 days ahead. See a title you don't recognize? TeleTV will tell you all about it. Hey, TeleTV knows you can have too much of a good thing. So we let you set up a favorites menu to manage your choices. And built-in channel locks to manage your kids' choices. You can set a second language.
花几个小钱就算了。8月初6。
Or skip right on over to a list of every movie title in a TeleTV library. You don't even have to scan. Just punch in the code and you're in the movie business.
Why just change the channel when you can change the system?
And you can do it all with this, the TeleTV remote. With this little gadget, you are master of your universe, or at least the galaxy, the TeleTV galaxy, that is. Home of your favorite blockbuster movies and specials. Think of it as having a video store in your home, but without those long lines, empty tape boxes, and no late fees. Interactive television. That sounds a little dangerous, doesn't it? The system uses a client-server architecture running over a hybrid fiber coax network. As soon as you enter the Galaxy, you enter the world of entertainment on demand, where you get to pick what you want whenever you want it, with a little help from your Galaxy stagehands. First stop, how about a little window shopping? TeleTV always gives you a first-hand look at the newest films available in the Galaxy.
The American president.
Attention TeleTV shoppers, looking for a bargain? TeleTV always has specials, theme packages, special showcases, and great savings.
I'm a frequent flyer. They gave me a bonus.
Plus, TeleTV offers lots of different movie categories. Press a button and you're into drama.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Slide on over to Family Favorites.
Bring your family to the enchanting world of Babe.
Need a good laugh? Check out the Comedy Library. Or get into the action.
An Oliver Stone film.
Don't want to watch every clip? Skip ahead or jump back.
An Oliver Stone film.
Finished browsing? Want to review what you've seen? At any time, you can pull down your favorite category and check out the titles. Whether you sit back and browse or actively search, there's more than one way to find it in the Galaxy. Okay, so now you've cruised the library, but still not sold? Hey, selecting a movie's a big decision. That's why we let you try before you buy, with a full preview at the push of a button. Once you've selected your movie, within seconds your feature presentation is on the screen. Forget the popcorn? With TeleTV, you'll never miss a scene. The Galaxy has VCR control. Pause. Fast forward. Rewind. Forgot that one of your favorite shows is about to start? Throw in a video bookmark and return to the film anytime within the next 24 hours. You have the power. This is only the beginning, folks. TeleTV is already growing. Games, shopping, sports, and there's more. I'll be on Channel 1 and 100 with the latest entertainment news about the Galaxy.
Hi everyone, I'm Jane Bowl with the Galaxy Daily News.
Like what you see? Bring up the list and check it out for yourself.
Right now, Twister is the biggest star in the Galaxy. You know, there's a lot of talk these days about the technology of tomorrow. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not right around the corner. It's already here, and it's parked in your living room.
It's your TV. Plugged into this, plugged into the wall. It turns the idiot box into the smart box. And Pacific Bell figured out how to make them so cheap. Subscribing to TeleTV is as inexpensive as subscribing to cable.
Soon you'll have more choices than ever before. And the best part, all you'll ever need is what you've already got. Your phone company and your TV. TeleTV, simply better television.
Television technology has reached new heights with GAO from Panasonic. New Super Slim GAO. Better picture, superior sound, a higher level of enjoyment. So you can just relax and have a Panasonic day.
You're watching Sleepcore, media for insomnia.
Hi, my name's Tom McGowan. Congratulations on your new Sony brand digital satellite system. Now I'm here to help you figure out how to install it at your home. The Sony brand DSS equipment has been designed to be easy to install and use. And even though the installation is relatively simple, watch the whole tape. There are a lot of details that are important to pay attention to. To ensure the best performance, we'll cover the basic techniques that apply to most situations. This tape does not replace the antenna installation manual. The manual provides additional information, so read it before you begin the installation. Refer to it if you run into any difficulties. You know, I think it's easier to do things like installing your Sony DSS equipment after watching someone else do it. So sit back, watch me, and you'll be ready to do your own. Item number 1. After watching this tape and looking through the manual, check the boxes to get familiar with their content. The engineers at Sony call this a satellite antenna with a single receptor. Most people I know call it a satellite dish or an antenna. As you might guess, it receives the signal from the satellite. Depending on your system, you may have a single receptor like this or a dual receptor like this. There's a slight difference in installing the two types. I'll tell you about the differences as we go along. This is the satellite receiver. It decodes the signal and sends it to your television. And this is the remote control unit. It lets you navigate through more than 150 channels using the on-screen program guide from the comfort of your favorite chair. If you're watching this tape, it means that you also purchased the installation kit and plan on installing the system yourself. It comes with a compass, 2 lengths of RG6 cable, a 75-foot and a 25-foot piece. It also has 2 25-foot lengths of telephone line cord with modular connectors and a modular inline telephone coupler. There's also a silicone sealer for weatherproofing and a plastic bag that contains all the small pieces of hardware you'll need. The coax cable included will probably be enough, but you may need more if you install the antenna a long distance from the house or if you have a dual receptor antenna. In that case, purchase only Sony accessory RG6 type cable for your additional needs. Most people will probably already have all the tools needed to install the DSS equipment: a wrench, wire cutter, a hammer, a Phillips screwdriver, and a level. You'll probably also need a drill and some bits. If you're going to be working around brick or stone, you'll need protective eyewear. And it would be best to use a percussion or masonry drill and masonry bits. And if you need one, we strongly recommend using a fiberglass ladder for added safety. We think it's a good idea to assemble the antenna on the ground. Then when it's fully assembled, attach it to the mast. To assemble the antenna, place the end of the receptor or LMB support arm against the back of the reflector bracket and align the 2 holes. Then tighten the 2 bolts in the LMB support arm into the reflector bracket and make sure they're even. After that, you can mount the antenna on the mast. To install the antenna, just slide this clamp on the support arm over the mast assembly, and that's it. Now this is important. Do not tighten the azimuth bolts yet. They should stay loose so you can do some fine-tuning later on. Now would be a good time to rough in the elevation adjustment. Our elevation at this house is 45 degrees. We move the antenna using the elevation gauge on the side to 45 degrees. It's a good idea now to plan the routing of your coaxial cabling. When you chose the dish location, you already thought about making the wire run as short as possible and making the installation easy. So this part should be a review. On our installation, we're going to run the cabling down the side of the house and enter through the foundation. We'll want to put the drip loop and grounding block on this part of the foundation. Once inside, we'll run the cable through the basement ceiling and come up through the baseboard. We'll terminate the cable at an in-wall box. I think that's a good plan. Now, let's get started on connecting the coaxial cable. To connect your coaxial cable to the LMB portion of the antenna, use the 25-foot cable provided in your installation kit. Screw the end onto the LMB. Make sure to use the weatherproof boot and push it snugly against the LMB. Secure the cable to the LMB with the 2 cable guides that snap in the holes on the support arm. Here's where the difference between the 2 types of antennas becomes obvious. If you have the dual receptor antenna and you want to use more than one receiver now or in the future, you'll need to attach 2 coaxial cables, 1 to each LMB. That's the case for all wiring, from here down to the receiver. So if you have the dual receptor antenna and want to use more than one receiver, make sure to duplicate the coaxial cabling. The National Electrical Code requires all coaxial cables that may be exposed to lightning and power conductors to be grounded. We installed our ground block right here, within easy reach of the 25-foot coaxial cable. The National Electrical Code has some specific requirements concerning ground electrodes. Your antenna installation manual has some details. If you need to know more, your local library or building department should have a copy of the code. When we connected the coaxial cable from the antenna to the ground block, we left room for plenty of slack, which we used to form this drip loop. The loop keeps water from getting into the ground block. We then secured the loop to the wall with cable clips and connected the coaxial cable to the ground block. Remember, if you have a dual receptor antenna, you need to do this to each wire. You also have to connect the grounding wire to the base plate with a bolt, nut, and star washer. If you look closely, you'll see that the grounding wire goes in a straight line from the antenna to the ground electrode, another requirement of the National Electrical Code. Once you connect a conductor to the ground block, the LNB will be completely grounded. Then secure everything, and then you can finish routing cables. Now that the hole is drilled, we have a few other details to finish before we go inside. We snaked the end of the 75-foot cable through a half-inch hole that we drilled. Then, we connected the cable to the ground block, formed a drip loop, and secured the cable to this wall with cable clips. To prevent moisture problems, we'll fill the cable hole with the supplied silicone. Inside your house, the cable has to be routed to the rear of the receiver, which means the cable could come up through a wall or a floor. Our cable came out through this wall. Next, connect the coaxial cable to the satellite in on the rear of the receiver. Once we finish here, we can hook up the telephone line to the satellite receiver. Hooking the telephone line up to your receiver enables you to make pay-per-view program selection with the remote control, and it's required if you wish to receive sports programming. If you have an unused modular telephone jack near your receiver, the step will be easy. Just insert one end of the telephone line into the jack and the other end into the receiver. There are many different ways you can hook your DSS receiver to your TV. I'll cover a few of the basic ones. If you need more detailed information, the receiver manual has many of these hookups drawn in detail. The first is a line output connection. Use the supplied connectors to make this happen. Connect the line cables to the video out jacks on the back of the receiver. Connect the other end of the cabling to your television. This hookup provides nearly the best quality available. If you purchased the SAT A1 receiver, an S-video connector was included. If you have the SAT B1 receiver, you can purchase the S-video cable as an accessory. With an S-video connector on the back of your television, use the S-video cable instead of the line video cable. This connection provides optimum performance. A second type of hookup uses the VHF satellite output on either receiver. In this case, connect a coaxial cable to the VHF SAT UHF connector on the back of the unit. Run that cable to the back of your television. There is a coaxial connector that probably reads VHF UHF in. Connect the coaxial cable and tune the television to channel 3 or 4 depending on the position of your DSS receiver's back panel switch. The last hookup we'll talk about is the VCR connection. If you own a VCR with line inputs, just connect the line cable to the output of your DSS satellite receiver. Take the other end of that cable and connect it to the line input of your VCR. When you want to record from the DSS receiver, select the line input and leave the DSS receiver on. As I said before, more details are available in your receiver's owner's manual, so please refer to it. Now that you're connected to the television set, it's time to fine-tune the antenna. In order to determine how strong our signal is, we need to get to the setup screen. Get your remote control and press the DSS function button. Then, press Menu. That'll display the main menu screen. Select System Menu by pressing the cursor keys. Then, select the Installation menu. Finally, choose Setup Antenna from the menu screen. You'll see this screen. It lets us know how strong or weak the signal is. Now, we have to fine-tune the alignment. This signal strength meter will help. If you don't get any signal strength to register, you'll need to check your elevation and alignment numbers. Then, check to make sure your antenna mast is vertically level. Most likely, a second look and adjustment will solve your problem. Let's go back outside to fine-tune the antenna. One really terrific feature on this Sony antenna is the signal seeker. This LED allows us to fine-tune the antenna even without seeing the setup screen inside the house. Although, if you can use a portable TV or have someone help you here, it could speed things along. The signal seeker will blink slowly if you're receiving a weak signal. Since we didn't tighten the adjustment bolts on the antenna, it should be easy to tilt the dish very slowly up and down to improve our signal. As the LED blinks quickly, we know the signal's improving. After adjusting the elevation up and down, secure the bolts without over-tightening. Now, move the dish from side to side. The azimuth adjustment should cause the LED to blink very quickly. The signal's locked in. At this point, it's important to get the highest signal strength possible. Either look yourself or have someone tell you what the signal meter reads. A higher number indicates good signal strength. The highest strength will help prevent problems later on. This is the part I've been waiting for. The system is installed with a strong signal, and I'm ready to be entertained. Now, I need to contact the program providers. Calling DirecTV and USSB will fill my screen with more than 150 channels. Their phone numbers are in the receiver's operation manual. I'll call them in a minute. That's it for our installation. Now it's your turn. Remember, read your manual and get all the proper tools together before you begin. We hope this tape has been helpful, and we hope you enjoy your new Sony brand DSS. Thanks for your time.